constitution. Cause of inequality in India. Inequality. Growth of service sector in India. A cause of law of inheritance, corruption and smuggling, inequality in the ownership of asset, growth of service sector no. Laws of inheritance, cost of professional training, inflation, cost of professional training, inflation, unemployment, tax evasion, corruption and smuggling. Corruption and smuggling. Allocation of which of the following not objective of Niti Ayog? Niti Ayog. Objective of Niti Ayog. Foster cooperative federalism by evolving a shared vision of the national development priorities. To develop a mechanism to formulate credible plans to the village level and aggregate these progressively at higher levels of government. To develop a mechanism to formulate credible plans to the village level and aggregate. Usual principles are implemented. Number of persons who remained unemployment for a major part of a year. Employment is measured. Measured actually who remained unemployed for a major part of the year. Usual principal status implemented. Method user labor force survey to identify people based on their primary activity throughout a specific reference period, typically the last 365 days. It focuses on capturing long-term unemployment, meaning those who did not have a regular job or a significant work. Labor force survey to identify people based on their primary activity. Last 365 days. It focuses on capturing long-term unemployment. Who did not have a regular job. Long-term unemployment meaning those who did not have a regular job. Such an activity in which person has spent relatively longer time of a preceding 365 days prior to date of survey is considered. Person. Principal number of person who remain unemployment. Chandukar committee was appointed to work on poverty estimation. Committee formed 2005 by Indian government aimed to modernize the methodology for estimating poverty. Led by the Suresh Tendulkar, he re-evaluated the existing approach, considering changing consumption patterns, living standard and regional variation. The committee 2009 report proposed a revised method, broader essential beyond just food cost to calculate poverty lines. This updated approach provides a more comprehensive understanding of poverty across diverse demographics. Ultimately, the committee works significantly contributed to refining and modernizing India poverty estimation. This updated approach provides a more comprehensive understanding of poverty able across diverse demographics. Modernizing Indian poverty estimation methodology, offering a more accurate. Actually, payment banks. Main argument of establishing special economic zones in India. A special economic zone is an area in which business and trade laws are different. Business and trade law different from rest of the countries. Secessionism Act was passed by the Parliament in 2005 for the purpose of generation of additional economic activities. Additional, अतिरिक्त promotion of export of manufactured goods. Manufactured goods promotion, export and services. Sir की योजना है Sir की योजना है Safe Motherhood Intervention under the National Rural Health Missions. National Rural Health Mission. Surakshya योजना NRHM is being implemented with the objective of reducing maternal and neonatal mortality. They are promoting institutional delivery promoting among the poor pregnant women. The Yojana launched 12th April 2005 is being implemented in all states with a special focus on low performing state. Yojana is a 100% centrally sponsored scheme. Special focus on low performing state. Inclusive growth in India can be achieved. Inclusive growth, proportional tax, through a progressive tax. Inclusive growth is considered advances equitable opportunities for economic participants during economic growth with benefit incurred by every section of the society. A progressive tax is a tax in which the tax rate increases as the taxable amount increases. Progressive tax helps in bringing inclusive growth as it brings moral equality in taxation. Progressive tax helps in bringing inclusive growth as it brings moral equality in taxations. Tax rate increases as the taxable amount increases. Progressive tax is tax in which the tax rate increase as the taxable amount increases. Taxable amount increases. Tax rate increase as the taxable amount increase. Progressive tax helps in bringing inclusive growth, brings moral equality in taxation. In the economic growth with equitable opportunities. Benefits incurred by every section of society. Progressive tax rate increase as the taxable amount increases. Payment banks are different from other commercial banks. Payment banks is only model of banks conceptualized at the Reserve Bank of India (RBI) for improving the situation of financial inclusion in India. They can perform the following activities. They can offer loans, but can raise a deposit up to 1 lakh. Pay interest on this balance, just like a saving bank. 1 lakh. They can enable transfer and remittance through a mobile phone. They can enable transfers and remittance through mobile phone. Through mobile phone. They can enable transfers, remittance. They can offer a service such as automatic payment, bills and purchase in cashless, checkless transaction through a phone, payment of bills. They can transfer money directly to bank account at nearly no cost, being part of gateway that connects bank. Transfer money directly to banks. Nearly no cost, being a part of gateway. They can also offer card acceptance mechanism to third parties such as Apple Pay. Card acceptance to bank accounts transfer. No cost being a part of gateway. Usual principle that actually which statement depict the best definition of the social development. As per Bhutan report, our common feature of sustainable development is defined as the development that meets the needs of a present without compromising the ability of future generation. Development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. Not a cause of growing, not a cause of growing consumer good market in India. Consumer good market. Actually, consumer good market. Consumer good market in India. Growing inequality in India. Consumer good market. Cause of growth middle class in India. Cause of growing consumer goods market. Urbanization. Regulation policy. Huge middle class or relatively large affluent class and small economically disadvantaged class anticipated to more than double by 2025. Anticipated to more than double. Small economically. The phase of liberalization in 1991 has played a major role in the growth of consumer goods industry of India. Growing inequality is an inhibiting factor for this industry, not a cause of growth. Growing inequality in an inhibiting factors. NAFED is a cooperative organization of the National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation of India Limited. Established on 2nd October 1958. NAFED is registered under the Multi-State Cooperative Societies. National body. Act is a national body. NAFED is a cooperative organization of the Operation Marketing Federation of India Limited. National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation India Limited. 2nd October 1958, NAFED is registered under the Multi-State Cooperative Society Act. National body. Established 2nd October 1958, NAFED is registered under the Multi-State Cooperative Society. Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana is run by NAFED is the organization of the national level. NAFED. 2nd October 1950, NAFED is registered under the Multi-State Cooperative Society. Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana is run by Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana is a government scheme that aims to make affordable access to financial service. Such as banks accounts, affordable service to bank accounts, access to financial service, remittance, credit insurance, and pension. It is run by Department of Financial Service, Ministry of Finance under this scheme. Department of Financial Service. Minister of Finance under this scheme. What does it mean by the human capital formation? The human capital formation indicates the process of acquiring and increasing the number of persons. Process of acquiring. What does mean by human capital formation? Process of acquiring and increasing the number of persons who have the skills. Development of abilities and skills of peoples. What does it mean by human capital? The process of acquiring and increasing the number of persons who have skills, education, and experience which are critical for the economic and political development of the countries. Critical for the economic and political development country. Thailand picture. Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog following strong states make a strong nation. With the core idea and strong states make a strong nation. Core idea and Aayog will foster cooperative federalism by evolving a shared vision. Of national development priorities. It has been envisaged to follow the bottom-top development approach. Shared vision of national development. It has been envisaged to follow the bottom-top development approach, whereby it would develop mechanism to formulate credible plans to village level and aggregate to these progressively at higher levels of government. It would create a knowledge, innovation, and entrepreneurial support system by a community. It would create a knowledge, innovative, and entrepreneurial support system. Entrepreneurial support system. National international sports. Practitioners and partners to pay attention to the weaker section of the society. May not have benefited from economic progress to pay attention. Financial resources to state is the responsibility of finance ministry through budget and finance commission through its report. And finance resources to state, especially finance ministry throughout the budget and finance commission throughout its report. Finance commission throughout its reports. Which are the following included in the directive principle of state policy. The idea of directive principle of state policy (DPSC) has been borrowed from Irish Constitution 3651, Indian Constitution to secure a uniform civil code for a citizen, Article 54, to provide early childhood care till age of 6 years, Article 45, to protect environment, wildlife and forest, appropriate safeguards, Article 48, protect environment, wildlife and forest. Taking appropriate safeguards to protect any maintain artistic historical monument and places, to protect maintain artistic historical monument. And to separate judiciary from executive, Article 50. Promote internal peace and amity, Article 51. Philosophical postulate of the Constitution of India based on philosophical postulate. Before framing Objective resolution of Pandit Nehru 1947. Before the framing of the constitution started an objective resolution that defined the aims of assembly. Philosophical postulate. Actually, philosophical postulate of the Constitution of India are based on objective resolution of Pandit Nehru. Objective resolution that defined Lakshya, aim of assembly that defined the aim was moved by Jawaharlal Nehru 1946. This resolution enshrined aspiration and values behind the constitution making. Aspiration values behind the aim of a constitution. Actually, this resolution moved by 1946. Objective resolutions. Who among the following was not a member of a State Reorganization Commission appointed by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru? Who among the following was not a member? State Reorganization Commission. Kunjuru Patti Siramlu. No. Justice Fazal Ali. State Reorganization Commission was a body central government of India in 1953 to recommend the reorganization of state boundaries. Reorganization of the state boundaries in 1995. Boundaries. After nearly 2 years of study, the Commission recommended that India's state boundaries should be reorganized to form 16 states and 3 union territories. State Reorganization Commission, 16 states, 3 union territories, consisted of Fazal Ali, K.M. Parikar, and Hidernath Kunjru. K.M. Fazal Ali. Article 360, Parliament has no power to repeal rights because these are no power. Because Article 368 on Constitution in Indian grant human actually basic structure in a constitution. But to make formal amendment and empowers Parliament to amend the Constitution by way. Power to make formal amendment and empowers Parliament to amend the Constitution by way addition, variation or repeal any provision according to procedure laid down. After Kesana Bharati case, judgment by the Supreme Court. Constitution of India grants constitutional power to make formal amendment and empowers Parliament to amend the Constitution by way of addition, variation and repeal. Is the following not an element of secular state? Actually, bronze is an alloy of bronze, copper out consists of 90% copper and 10% tin. Sculptures, tools, weapons, musical instruments. Where bronze, which following is iron ore. Siderite is the main mineral composed of iron carbonate, FeCO3. Valuable mineral, 80% of 48% iron and contains no sulfur or phosphorus. Fishing gear means fishing gear is equipment used by the anglers when fishing. Almost equipment or gear used for fishing can be called fishing tackle. Some examples are hooks, lines, sinkers, float, rod, reels, baits. These are also used to catch other ocean species like prawn, lobster. Fishing gears. The approximate lifetime of a bulb 1000 hours. The approximate lifetime is LED bulb is The most accurate estimate for the approximate lifetime of lead ball 20,000 years, 20,000 hours. 20 times more. Lead ball. Actually, dark color soil with highly water holding capacity consider a highly productive soil. Dark color soil with a high water holding capacity is considered highly productive as it contains clay, humus, dark color. It has high water holding moisture, human, which provide nutrients to plant. 3 US scientists have been awarded the Nobel Prize. Following not introduction of new life forms in denuded habitat is initiated by see migration. Introduction of new life forms in denuded habitat is most like migration. Migration. Establishment of new individual in a previously unoccupied habitat, while important for populating the denuded habitat. It would explain the introduction of new life forms from elsewhere. Aggregation signifies the gathering of individuals of the same species in specific location. Being new species, not new species. Assesses new individual in a previously unoccupied habitat. For populating the denuded habitat. Coactions. The term encompasses various types of interaction between different species, such as the mutualism, commensalism, parasitism, while coaction might play a role in the success of colonization.